Yo guys, hello. Um, what's up? If you can hear me, let me know. Sorry for being late. I had some problems I had to fix. So I hope you guys are doing well today. What's up? How are you guys? All right. Today we're going to take a look in the new modeling tools in Unreal Engine 5. They are incredible. Um, if you remember our Nike project we did last week, the concept, the cinematic in Unreal Engine 4. So this is now in Unreal Engine 5 with Lumen. So no baked lights, fully dynamic, and yeah, I was just trying, hey, I would like to expand on this project a little, make it more like a utopian city. So this is my mood board for the environment and stuff. And I was like, okay, I was like drawing concepts and just writing ideas and all. And I was like, hey, instead of going to 3ds Max, why I don't try these tools here? And I was like just having fun, and they're really nice. There are so many improvements, especially with the snapping tools. It's now, I would say, hey, this is a good time to get into these modeling tools in Unreal Engine 5. So we will take a look at that. We will see what's up. They're so nice, really. And we will also do some exterior lighting. So we will explore Lumen and have some fun, chill. Let me know if you can also hear the music, and also let me know if you can hear me, or hopefully yes. So let me check on the stream as well, so we can be safe. That's very important. Should be good, guys. But let me know in the chat. You can help me, really. Do it. Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, awesome. Thank you, Amil Jar. Alright, so let's see who is with us today. Ahmad. Let's do this. So, Ahmad, buddy, how are you? Max, Amil Jar, good to see you. Raymond, good to see you again, buddy. Peter. Kurd Mega. It's good to have you guys. Thank you for joining us. So now we talked what we are doing today. Let me first thank you. We reached 10,000 last week, and like holy shit, we made it, guys. So thank you so much. That's amazing. Holy shit. So just to, I'm really happy you like the Lumen and the SketchUp. For everyone who is new here, welcome. We do Unreal Engine tutorials in visualizing everything, whether mainly in architecture, but now with Unreal Engine 5, new words, environment design, it's one of the things we love. So welcome to all of you, and let's get started. No music. So let me see if I can fix the music. Alright. Actually, this project now took it from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, just like the last tutorial I showed you. Took templates, so it was very smooth transition. All I had to do is going to project settings and make sure Lumen is working. So in the project settings, we go to render. Do you hear music now, guys? In the rendering tab here, the global illumination, check it to Lumen if you're migrating from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5. And the reflections also to Lumen. And ray tracing is deprecated, so Epic is focusing fully now on Lumen, I guess, which is great, because for me, I'm getting so much better performance and everything in Lumen on my GTX 1080 Ti. So that's amazing. Yeah, that's good to know. In the Lumen here, if you have ray tracing, it's like under the hood there is some form of ray tracing. There's hardware ray tracing if you have RTX card, and there is software ray tracing. It's in the to learn more, there is a, I'm gonna put a link to the documentation of Lumen and how it's working in the description, the comments. So the shadows here, just make sure also they are virtual shadow maps. And in the, where is it? Mesh distance fields. The music is too loud for me. Give me a sec. Slightly loud for me. Or maybe that, not this one. I think this is not the music, guys. I don't want to make you sleepy. There is a generate mesh distance fields. So if you search for mesh generate something, you can find it in the engine rendering, software ray tracing, generate mesh distance fields. Enable this, restart your project, and give it some few moments to compile the shaders, actually few minutes, and then this is what you get. So I need to find a way to make shot pop up all the time. Hey Chris, buddy, good to see you. Hello beautiful people. Alright, that sounded funny. Datasmith is working with Unreal Engine 5. So this project is made in 3ds Max, then exported to Unreal Engine with Datasmith. And in Unreal Engine 5, to enable Datasmith, you need to go to Plugins, search for Datasmith, and you can enable the Datasmith importer here. Once you enable it, it will be here. If you go to content, it will be here like import content, then you will find Datasmith here. So it used to be here in the tab bar in Unreal Engine 4, but not anymore. So I think this is more minimalistic, so I like this. So it's hidden now. How are you guys? Thank you so much, Haraj. Finally, we made it to 10k, thanks to you. Alright, to enable the modeling tools in Unreal Engine, you need also to go to, go away, edit, plugins, then search for mesh. You will find the modeling tools editor mode. Enable it. You may get a warning that it's beta, just click OK, no problem. And by default, we are in the edit modes. Select edit mode, this is the default one. Now shift 2 to create landscapes and start sculpting, right? Then shift 3 and so on. Yeah boy here, shift 7 or activate modeling editing mode. Then you get this menu. This one where you can choose the shapes or what are you making, and this one to edit the shapes you're making. So the box, just a simple box. You can, when you click on it, you will get all the settings related to this, to the creation of this box here. Snapping, the subdivisions, the dimensions. Yeah, and there is an option I wish it's enabled by default. It's instance if possible. So this is not enabled by default. And I would wish if this was enabled by default, so when you make many meshes, they would be all instances, right? So for performance sake. From here, obviously the dimensions. So for example, here I made a big box, then smaller boxes, 2 boxes. Let's go back to edit mode. Like this. Scale them down and up, and made other boxes, and I was, okay, this from distance looks cool. So it helps me start prototyping whatever I'm doing inside Unreal Engine 5 directly with Lumen on. And like, I don't know, but working in this mode in real time, seeing everything with and like having more freedom now, the modeling tools now are, I think they're really good. And they're just improving from here. So that's like one of the dreams coming true, right? Alright. So here you have all the basic shapes: box, sphere, cylinders. So these are arrows actually. Here we have arrow, and they're like could represent small trees. So that's one, the shapes, and you can also draw faces. So 3D primitives like this, and then faces that, for example, rounded rectangle or rectangle, and so on. in the settings, when you are making a mesh, you have the ability to snap it on other surfaces. So you can make whatever look like a building, then add one like this, like cubes. And let me just reduce these subdivisions. I really like this because let's say you're prototyping a level or just doing something. Let's set to 250, 250, 250. There is an option called here snap to grid, and this is, I think, it's not enabled by default and looks good whatever we're doing here, right? But snap to grid, when we enable it and you set whatever snap size here you have, you can start creating these meshes on the snap size you have. From here, sorry, let's enable it first. Now I'm gonna make a box. Actually 250 is a bad idea. I don't like this song, guys. Get out of here. Let's put Harris Heller. Hey Sergio. Pro gamer at work, M-Design, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you guys. Doton's production, my graphic card is GTX 1080 Ti. A decent, like almost everyone have the similar cards. So it's not an RTX card. All of this is running on 1080 Ti, which is amazing. Hey Raymond, I'm photoshopping UMG, my prototype walkthrough, while listening to your stream. Welcome, buddy. I would love to see the UMG once it's finished. It's like this part of the job, becoming a user interface designer. It's also fun. The UMG tools in Unreal Engine, the motion graphics builder is also really good in Unreal Engine 425. 5. Hey, Xavier, buddy, how are you? Hope good to see you, man. Good to see all of you, my guys. So let's put music so I don't forget. Where is stream allowed music? This is safe for streams, guys. If you are streaming or want music to your projects, all of this for free. I love this guy, Alpha Gaming. How was your evening yesterday, Xavier? I7776. Any tips for Unreal Engine 5 on 1650 Super? If it works, then great, and it should work. It's just Unreal, as William Fauché puts it, like Unreal Engine 5 now is just Unreal Engine 426 but on steroids. So it works. You can run Unreal Engine 5 on your computer today. It just works. Let's go back, click Shift 7 and reduce the music a little. One of the other cool tips here, or let's say set the snapping size to 500. There is align to normal, sometimes it acts weird, but I don't know why this is. However, like now 500, 500. This is super cool. In the curate mode, let's disable everything. You can draw shapes and extrude them. So just by clicking in the 3D viewport here, I'm drawing like whatever shape I have. Then I can snap it to whatever here on this spline, and it will automatically remove this extra area and take it from there. Then you can extrude this. Xavier. Doton's production didn't getting quality while rendering. UE5, sir. I didn't understand. What's happening? exactly. Are you having problems with Unreal Engine 5? Let me know, buddy. Xavier, okay, I was very tired working until 4. Oof, buddy, get some rest, man. I mean, you posted that Instagram reel. It was very funny. Hey, take the weekend off. Alright. Looking at the create mode here, the Polyextrude. So, clicking here, the polygon type, we have these drop downs. So I was just going through these meshes and seeing what options we got. But before we go through these, I'm trying to snap on the landscape actor here, but it's snapping only on the grid. So that's interesting. Set it back to 100. Escape to cancel the operation. So every time though, when you create a big mesh like this, the engine will freeze for a few seconds because it will build the mesh distance fields, since we are using Lumen. Without the UI, it works obviously better. So this is another shape, and something I really liked. So let's do one big shape like this, and then raise it, right? And then let's imagine another building next to it, which is, let's say that it has this shape. Where did that one go? Ah, I pressed delete by mistake. Okay, so I'm gonna make a quick building like this. There's this option to snap to specific surface, right? So let's say I want the height of this building to be here. This is enabled by default, and I really love this. So this is like a really amazing quality of life. So let's amazing. I just love it. So we do this, for example. You just need to be in the correct view, and to move around, right mouse click, then ASDW just to move around. Then I can snap like this. If I want it slightly higher, I can snap on the other surface. Hey Khadija, صباحو. Dutan's production. Join us on Discord, buddy. There is a link to the community on Discord. We are more than 1,000 members now, so come join us. It's a big community in Unreal Engine, mainly in architecture, so come. And there is a work in progress channels to show your work, and support channels now. So join us, buddy. Man. There is an option here to allow self intersections. I don't know exactly what this is. Didn't try it. I think it just disables this, so it does not allow for self intersections, and I don't like it. Ctrl Z to undo a line. So I'm clicking now on these lines, then just Ctrl Z to undo what I did. And if you disable this allow self intersections, I don't think it will close the shape. So I don't know how we finished this shape. So let's enable this. And now look at this. Awesome. Hey Chris, thank you, buddy. So now when you enable snapping, you get many more options, and this is where it gets really nice. So let's go away from that area. So by default, if you enable snapping and none of these are enabled, nothing would really change, right? So let's snap to word grid, and this is the word grid again here. So now it's snapping basically. So you can look, actually, yeah, 1400. let's snap to... It's becoming easier to draw straight lines. So that's also very nice. Let's make it large, so like 500. So that's a box. So you wanted the distance between this building, let's say, and this one to be 10 meters. So 500, 500. Here's 50 meters, let's say. I love it. So you can like set up a shot or something. It's very nice for concept art now, Unreal Engine 5, to directly block out your scene or composition or whatever inside the Unreal. There is the option to snap to vertices. So let me enable the, or at least just set it on very low value. Here it would snap on vertices only on the ground now, so it does not create shapes like this way or this way. For now it only creates shapes on the Z, unless we change this. This is the grid. Actually, I'm curious what would happen if we do this. Oof, bad stuff. But this is the grid then. Okay, I didn't know we can control this, so now I do. It's kind of hard to grab it. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to create on the landscape, I should have done this. Right about here. Right? Right. Nice. I like it. Good to know. Thank you, buddy. It's kind of weird seeing it like this. I don't know. Still need time to get used to it, but nice. We have snap to edges. Let's see how it works. Because sometimes it took me time to understand how these tools exactly work, so it's just by trial and error I'm learning. There are so many things I was just discovering while working on these tools. Well, technically everything. But I can see the potential of this the more I work with it, like, now I can do this, or now there is no need. So the first time I thought, hey, what could I do, is when I saw this picture. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to max to draw this landscape area, because I would imagine outside on the Nike store to be more to it. So I was thinking stuff like this, and this is from my favorite game, Mirror's Edge, like all these concepts. So I was thinking, could Unreal Engine help me create this kind of stuff? And when I looked at this, thought, okay, let's do very stupid test. And like, this is my very stupid test, but it looks good, especially with the Lumen reflections. Really good, right? Look at this table. And yeah, snap to angles. So let's set this to 100 again. Yeah, this one. This is all these, by the way, are enabled by default, I guess, like snap to word line and all. So by default, you can, not this, go away. Yeah, these similar to Blender, I guess, like it's also super nice. So you can draw perfect lines. There are ways to snap to here. Still kind of tough. Actually, there is nothing to snap to this edge, so I don't know if it's a bug or something. But you can snap to many edges, but not to the final edge. So there somehow it's not super, like as much as possible accurate. In this case, there is like super slight. However, what can I do? I can press Ctrl Z again. Yeah. Actually, wait. Can look at the, if it was on the material. Unreal, please. Is it working anymore? When I did, okay, it was working. Anyway, you get my point. So that's nice, even though it's a stupid bugs. But the ability to create any convex, concave shape now in Unreal. It's like this. Right, so that's nice. Then let's say just adding random shapes, combining them. I think this one, no, let's actually do what am I doing? So I guess snap to, if I disable snap to edges, I don't know how good this is, but let's keep the snap to vertices. Can we snap to this vertex? There is a button we have to click. Still needs some work. Close enough. Hey Zahi, what's up, buddy? Xavier, I will see you around, buddy. Don't forget to send me the concept, the mood board you have. Snap to length is also enabled by default. It is actually super nice. So look at this. So now I'm going to draw a random line. Then I'm going to move my mouse to match that length. So you see these icons that we get in the middle of the line? This is so nice. So this is one way to actually help, but there we go. So let's say this, right? So now we get this spline here. Then that one we so nice, right? Almost perfect. It, for some reason, closing the last point vertex is kinda hard. I wish if there was a way to snap like from just like AutoCAD, the CAD programs or Beam stuff, right? So like by default, having the ability to find the perfect length. Let's make this one highlight this. I think we need a better texture. This one is way too bright, sorry about that. Let's make it slightly darker. And wait, yeah, okay, let's do that. And one of the really nice things, let's say this building, so let's add whatever we can add. Let's say this shape, right? You can press shift space to find this in the content browser. Ah, content browser now opens everywhere. And we make, can't find the material. Ah, because I think we need to get out of the edit, active modeling tool mode. So I'm gonna press shift 1. Alright, interesting. Duplicate this, assign it, and let's just tint it to be darker. Perhaps even more darker. So control space again. Hey Vanyak, how are you, buddy? Design question. So what about UVs for those objects? This is the next point I'm going to talk about. Good question. Because I was also impressed by the UVs for the creation of the meshes. Harris Hiller is the Xavier. Thank you, Chris. So regarding the wireframe, so let me check how I am creating meshes now. When we click on box, there is a wireframe mode, this here in the material. I'm getting to this, but by default you can also check the wireframe. So clicking here, sorry, not by default. So by default you create meshes like this, and they don't even have material actually. So this is how you create meshes if you don't want the, actually this is a better way now. That's too bright. Do this. These are like, you need to type the numbers mainly if you're making large objects. So let's say 15 meters. Let me put this here on the side. So let's say this value, and now the UVs are stretched. Okay. So regarding the UV scale, here by default it's on 1 actually. So this is the UV scale we can set for these objects. So by default you can do this, not by default, we kept seeing by default. This slider here to control the UV scale. What I did not like as a behavior, so every time I move my mouse from the 3D viewport to here to change something, like the scale or, you know, this moves as well. So I tried like pressing buttons so this can stay here in front of me while I'm working on this menu. That would be super nice, because once we click we will create a new mesh. I don't know, perhaps there are other modeling modes, but this new mesh, it's the new mesh. So I wish we could at least determine the size of this box we just created from here, or add more subdivisions. So show wireframe, you can add subdivisions and it will automatically tessellate for you, triangulate. So that's dope. If you want to add like a rectangle, most of the time this is how I started using these. When I'm working with mega scans assets and I want to make some large floor or ground mesh from Quixel with tessellation, I would like 10 meters by 10 meters, let's say, and then tessellate this 50 by 50. And you can assign material there, here, and then displace it. But now in Unreal Engine 5, just nanite it. Hey, Psycho Kila, Jonas, Jens. Hey, how are you guys? It's good to see you guys. Looking good, Chief. Thank you. So we will get also, where is the pivot of this? Regarding the pivot, there are options for this too. So let's go back, Shift 7, actually Shift 1. So this, every new mesh, the pivot, I think it's in the middle and middle center button here, which is also very nice as a normal default behavior, right? I like this mesh texture, default texture, more than this because this one gives me sense of the scale somehow. Thank you, Jens. We're taking a look at the new modeling tools inside the Unreal Engine and how awesome they are to create block outs to starting a project. So we're trying to create stuff like this generally. At least I'm gonna start now with something to this, see what can we do with that. So that's regarding the snapping tools here. Hit scene objects. This is a super interesting one, and it took me a while to understand what is it doing. So let me go back to my project here. Oh, slightly far from the center of the word. And let's do this. Alright. So right now I'm making meshes on this grid, so let me just put it on near us. I think when we bring this near you, it's not bad. And let's actually change this material. Just do anything. Thank you. So annoying. Okay, Shift 7. Polyextrude here. Now this we agreed you draw shapes and you just extrude them. Super nice. Just like this. You can snap to here or to the top or to this mesh I got from 3ds Max. So that's awesome, right? Let's say I'm drawing something, anything next to this building. So I'm gonna something really fast. Let's, for example, this, right? And we want it the same height. We can just put the mouse here. Easy peasy. Okay, let's talk now about hit scene object. What is this exactly? And this is where it gets better. So I'm gonna press Shift 1 to delete these, Shift 7 to switch back to the modeling editing tools. They need to find an easier name to say for this. Modeling editing mode. Ah, it's my fault. Polyextrude. I'm gonna set this to 100. Now watch this. We agreed that the creation of the mesh is on this grid, right? Now, what if you want to create meshes with certain distance from another object? So let's actually set 500, 250. If your mouse is here, like not near any object, there is basically nothing going on. What's happening? Let me slow the camera as well. Okay. Let's make it 500 again. Disable this. Interesting. Okay. Okay, now it works. I don't know what exactly happened, but I was searching for this yellow line. So this value here determines how far this mesh, so how far this line from the other mesh. So the distance here now is 500 units, which is 5 meters. This is also super cool. So let's say I want to do the same next to this, or let's say I want the distance between this box and the other box is 250. So you notice how it gets closer. So let's see with it's kind of hard, like the vertex snapping, the snap to vertex here. I was hoping to create the new mesh away from this, but where it starts like from the very beginning, but that's kind of hard. So these are the things I would improve on, but step by step. Let's do this as close as possible. This is interesting. So many cool ways to create your meshes. Then draw a line, another line with the same height. Now it's taking the distance from the mesh below it, which is interesting. When it becomes yellow, so they're the exact same height, which is again snap to length. This one is enabled by default, so you don't have to worry. So let's say this, then this, and let's snap it to the same surface height. Boom, easy peasy. $100 as you expect. Let's say to this surface, away from it, also 100 units. And perhaps just this height. So that's nice. Like if you're, I don't know, modeling a park or something and you wanna keep the same good distance between meshes, so knowing that, hey, I just made this object here with 100 units away from this mesh and 100 units away from this mesh, this just unlocks so many possibilities for me to try creating stuff inside Unreal Engine. I love it. Not to mention that you can always manipulate the scale, then make a word aligned texture if you don't want to mess up your textures. Nice. In real time with Lumen, sign me up. Hey Habibi. Hey Poet Pet Wiser. It's good to have you. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to VR Division community. Thank you so much. Diamond Houch, didn't understand. This is pretty cool. Yeah, I know, right? Like the ability to make all this stuff. Not all this. I'm just experimenting with this. All this stuff and like amazing, right? So we didn't really talk about the shapes. If you want to go through them really fast, let's do it. So we have the box. Okay. So click to create a box. We have the sphere, not just normal sphere, and we have actually two spheres. So look at the topology of this sphere. Let's set it to 20 by 20. Okay, so this is the topology of this sphere, and we have sphere B. So that's sphere A, and sphere B. Let's make it slightly bigger as well. Look at the topology. Amazing. So this is like a box with, you know, so nice. And the mapping as well. You have cylinders. Play with the radius and the height. Sorry. You can play with the slices of a cylinder. So you can make them just 3 slides. 3 is a little much. Okay, you get the idea. Super nice. We have the subdivisions of a cylinder for the height as well. If this, again, not enabled by default, so instance if possible. Yes, always instance if possible. So for the performance stuff. What else? Let's see. We have a cone. I like the cone. And by default, it just snaps on the surface almost. Where is the... So I'm interested. Does this somehow hit scene objects affects the create? Ah, yeah. Okay, that's interesting. Because this option here in this menu, in the create menu, hit scene objects. Let's set it to 200. It does not appear to be here, is it? Is affecting the creation of the mesh for 200? No. In this 200 units, it's actually affecting the creation of the mesh. Interesting. Still, very nice. Can make it smaller. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's fun and I like doing it. So let's disable this. Hit scene objects. Had nothing to do with it. Badal, I miss you too, buddy. I've been super busy recently. We're preparing new tutorial files for our Unreal Engine Masterclass and new videos. We're finally uploading the blueprint stuff. So just recording and editing that. But now we're back. How do you guys hear the music? The music is good? Psycho Killa. The line pops up when you mouse onto the object you are spacing from. Not with the object mesh, is it? Type, I mean. The snapping also kind of weird. I don't like. I wish I have more freedom now. It feels weird here. So again, hits it. Radius, height, slices, instance, yes please. See, I forgot to enable this and I made all these and they're not instances. And that's not good. Snap to grid perhaps? Ah. So snap to grid does not have to do with this. So I thought it's this option that affects snap to grid, but apparently it's not. Or it somehow does as well. So this option here, snap to grid, you can have much more control on the surface. This. Like here. Nice. The more you learn. Pivot location, we just spoke about it. So this is ground plane. What happened? Where is my mesh? What are you doing? Come back. That's ninja shit. What happened? So I'm gonna press Shift 1, Shift 7 again. Click on cone. Interesting. So if I was reading the chat, sorry. Vanyak, pretty useful tools. I know, right? Abed Rismi, Kifak, I'm good buddy. Kifak, how are you? Is there a way to change the unit scale metric to feet? No, I don't think there is. Because in Unreal Engine by default, every one unit equals 1 centimeter. So perhaps someone would make a plugin or something, but right now, no. It's only centimeters. Which is, I feel your pain. Working with units you don't work with, it's... No, please. Dude, imagine the install of the future games because of this nano stuff. Next Assassin's Creed 500 gigabyte disk. Yes, if anything, I think hopefully not, but the size of the games is going to be crazy. I mean, Call of Duty now, what, 150, 200 gigabytes? I think 150. That's a lot. But it's worth it. So I don't know what happened here exactly when I... my bad, guys. So target surface, the positioning here, it's when it's on ground plane, it's gonna take the default ground plane in your project. And here you can choose the pivot location. So is it on the base, like this, or centered, like this, or top? So now if I press Shift 1, look at the pivot here, look at the pivot here. It's in the middle of the mesh, and look here. So that's handy, good to know. The same can be applied for all these meshes. So we have torus. Let's go back to the positioning. So the options are not shared across all these tools. So when you change something here in the torus, in the positioning for example, you see now it's a positioning on this landscape mesh. However, in the cone we just made, it has the old settings for its own. It's had the cone settings, the ground plane on the top. So Unreal Engine remembers all the default options you have. So I'm glad to know that they are not shared. So they are unique to each other. Let me read the chat. Is there a way to change? We wrote about this. Yeah. So everything is just going to be raw mega scans. Hey, check out this new game, 500 billion trillion triangles. Love it. I'm about to purchase an RTX 3060 PC for learning Unreal 5. Any thoughts or suggestions? Nice, buddy. Congrats. New graphics card makes everyone happy. Um, what suggestions or thoughts? Are you new to Unreal Engine 5? Have you been waiting to learn Unreal Engine until Unreal Engine 5, or and what would you like to create in Unreal Engine, buddy? Render solutions. Hey, thank you, buddy. I'm glad you like the. Actually, every time I read, just let me do this. Render solution. Hey, great video. Hi, great video. Hi, back to you, buddy. Thank you so much. Do you think Nanite and Lumen can be used on low spec notebook? Honestly, I don't know. You have to try and figure out for yourself. So I would recommend getting Unreal Engine 5. If your computer runs Unreal Engine 4, then you can run Unreal Engine 5. And Nanite is also meant to run on, not, I don't know about low spec, but medium spec, let's say, computers. So now here, all of this is running Nanite and Lumen, sorry, GTX 1080 Ti, right? I mean, I have so much RAM, 60, not so much, but 64. So I don't think the demo Valley of the Ancient would work on the low spec computer, but Unreal Engine, it would work. Like doing this stuff in Unreal Engine 5, I think it can work on any computer, buddy. Soon it won't matter as much, 10 terabyte. Yeah, hopefully they get cheap first, the NVMEs or any storage form of thing, at least here in Turkey. Leonardo, what's up, buddy? Nice. Actually, I saw somewhere that the size of nanite meshes are actually smaller than normal static mesh. Interesting. Because of the different compression. Yep, makes sense. I won't be surprised. Nanite is like magic. I would agree on that. I'm very happy to be living in this age where we see stuff like Nanite and Lumen and work with it. Who could have thought of stuff like this 5 years ago, 10 years, 5 years ago? I'm scared to get Unreal Engine. It looks very overwhelming. Should I get it? Well, Unreal Engine first is for free, so don't be scared. And they provide you with almost assets, like endless amount of assets and projects and stuff that you can look at and learn from. There is also the online learning tab. There are endless support from the community and Epic on learning Unreal Engine and getting into it. It might be scary at the first, yes, because there's just so much stuff going on, but it's not. Unreal Engine is one of the easiest tools to create stuff like this I ever really used in my life. The learning curve is high. It depends on how much stuff you want to achieve in Unreal Engine, right? But to get started, you really just need, what, 1 week, 2 weeks of learning, specific course, depending on what you're trying to achieve, and then that's it. So get it, buddy. Don't get scared. Go for it. Habibi, Lobitel. Good to see you, man. Render solution. I've been seeing some YouTube videos checking out UE5. Alright, that's actually a good answer I can give when someone asks about how Unreal Engine will perform on low spec computer. So YouTube always is the place for this stuff. Remember, like, searching for games when I had old computers. Hey, does this game works on my computer? Like, whatever. I had Nvidia 6050s, 90 something, 7 years ago, and it was like very old. YouTube. Hello, Ilian. Ilian, is that right? It's good to see you. This looks great. What's the best way to animate cameras for Archfields? I'm glad you asked. There is this tutorial here on the channel, our channel, somewhere, where I show how I animate cameras 3 different ways, and basically just to get you started very well, and it's like super fast. So I don't know, where is it? I'm gonna post a link in the chat. Check this out. Really nice tutorial. Look at me just doing
Hey
this.
guys, so today I'm
But check it out. This is how I animate my cameras for Archfields actually. But I made it on a scene, like large scale scene. Hey Dark Pixel, buddy, Maher, Habibi. Thank you. Do I have the but I do have the feeling the performance requirement actually becomes somewhat static due to the tech. I think so. The good thing about, like, I was running the Valley of the Ancient demo. Check out this video. The complete demo running on my GTX 1080 Ti, this one here. And I had like 40-50 frames in places, and others like, and what was really bad, I like 20 frames. And I was surprised. It was like, wow. The gonna. So wait, just let me finalize the chat. Thank you for the answer. I'll try soon. Go for it. Cheers, buddy. Also join us on Discord if you have any questions or need any help. Dark Pixel, I read somewhere that the base cost to Nanite is higher than generic static mesh. That's possible, I guess, because after all, it's not a static mesh. It's Nanite stuff. But when billions are oh, of course, that's where Nanite shines. But the initial cost, that could be right. I won't disagree with this. Jamin, hey buddy, it's good to see you hydrated. Yes, guys, are you staying hydrated? Unreal isn't scary, C++ is scary. I agree on this. UE5 Blueprint visual scripting is very good. It is, it's so good. It's very good environment to learn and experiment for making games or prototyping games even as an artist. 100%. There are so many games actually made by artists who had no idea how to code or even read one single line of code. Blueprint is extremely powerful. Kismet in Unreal Engine 3, before Blueprint it used to called Kismet, and you can say Blueprint is the successor of Kismet. So Kismet was more like of level Blueprint as we know it now, and Blueprint just revolutionized on that, which is amazing. Cheers, Milky. C++ is scary, but Blueprint actually is quite exquisite. Sorry for my English. Let's see.
Exquisite.
Exquisite. Copy. I've always wanted to learn Unreal Engine 4 but never had the hardware for it. I'm doing Archfields projects now, mainly using Blender, 3ds Max or Cinema 4D. The next global goal is learning large environment creations in Unreal Engine 5. Well, the good news, yeah, actually, some people think that they're waiting for Unreal Engine 5 to learn it because you might think it is different from Unreal Engine 4, but it is not. Everything you can learn in Unreal Engine 4, you can transform it just like that to Unreal Engine 5. I was actually interested in knowing this. So you can start learning Unreal Engine 4 now, because the blueprints are exactly the same. The user interface you have here in window, click on load layout, UE4 classic layout. Basically it's Unreal Engine but on steroids, and with more beautiful user interface. Everyone agrees on this. So if you want to learn, I would say, hey, learn Unreal Engine 5, why not? Especially if it works. I think it works. But if you want to learn to create production ready products, let's say in this 12 months, I would say, hey, perhaps you may want to wait because now Unreal Engine 5 is in early access. But this is the best time to learn Unreal Engine 4 and 5. But I will start with 5 if you are learning. And for Archfields, I think you can deliver Archfields projects now with it. So learn it. Don't wait. Large scale environment creations is one of the most absolutely incredible things ever. I was watching a stream yesterday on ArtStation YouTube channel. They were making, let me share that with you, it's really good one. With two of my heroes, one who worked on Quixel and the other Kitbash 3D live with
It's
Victor.
like I have
Victor Bonafont and Vladimir Samov. These two guys, man. So here's a link to this. If you want to learn about word creation in Unreal Engine, especially for movies and whatnot, check this out. And just to give you a taste, look at this. I started learning how to create landscapes. Like, this what started my passion for learning landscapes. And I think a rival project, this project, on Mars. I have this picture printed somewhere in my old apartment, and I look at it every day. Hey man, I want to learn how to make landscapes to tell stories like this. And that's an Unreal Engine 4, about what, 2 years ago. And just now imagine this with Nanite. Wow. And Victor, incredibly amazing art as well in environment design, and I'm sure you know Rebirth from Quixel. That's done in Unreal Engine 4, so now imagine that but in Unreal Engine 5. Steroids. So guys, this stream is supported by Skillshare actually. Let me thank them real quick. There is a link below in the description where you can... They asked me to update our Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5, so we'll be doing that soon. So there is a free 14 free days trial. You can get it in the link. You can. That's one way to support us. You can watch an Unreal Engine class for architecture here and create your project, share it with us on the Skillshare community. And if you want to learn Unreal Engine, master this stuff in architecture, we're updating our master class for Unreal Engine 5, so now it's in early bird price. Also check it out, links are below. So let's get back to our stuff here. I didn't expect this much chat to be, so... Alright. Oh my god. I didn't... Hi to everyone who is new here. I had no idea how many people here. I thought 10 maybe. That's why the chat is way too much. So let's go back to our topic and I will read the chat in a moment. Alright. Let's continue these tools. The modeling tools. That's the whole point of the stream, right? So we can create donuts now, if you're hungry, with the torus here. These are the settings. Arrows, as you see somewhere here, I made small little forest with these arrows, playing with the different settings. Super nice. So it was just clicking on arrow and setting the shaft radius, which is the first one here. And you see, this is what I hate about... I wish if I could see this arrow in the middle of the screen, not like this. In a strange way. It's kind of hard, see? So that's the shaft radius, the height, so how long this is, and then the head radius. So this is another type of tree. Guys, are you staying hydrated? Let's go. Rectangle. So we spoke about it, just like when I'm trying to apply quicksand materials. Round rectangle is actually very interesting. So we have the kernel radius, first the width and the depth. It's just a rectangle but rounded. And I was imagining, hey, what could I... Sci-fi stuff. Just makes it as paneling or something on a building later. Desk circle, same, pretty self-explanatory. And Polyextrude, now we spoke about this, but for everyone who is new here, just check this out, guys. You can now draw lines in Unreal with similar heights and whatnot, and then extrude shapes. So let's say something like this. And this is fun. This is fun, guys. So here are all the snapping objects. I spoke about them earlier. I would recommend just playing with these and trial and error. And one of the things we liked so much is the UV scale. So now I'm gonna set this to 15 and just make another match. perfect. The UV scale now is on 15. This means that you can bring a texture you have and just assign it, right? Or just do this. So let's say 15 is way too much. Let's press Shift 7 again and make another Polyextrude. So let's do this, right? And I forgot to change the scale. Let's make it 5. Gonna do this. All right. Assign this. Looking good. Now, what can we do with this? We can start with the other simple stuff. So Shift 7 again. Gonna make a box this time, and we will give it not this white material or something. Ah, there is. But let's disable the align, the show wireframe, and set the subdivisions to 1 by 1 because we don't want as many subdivisions like these guys. So 1 by 1. Let's move these guys away to have some more space to work with. Actually, let's work with that building. Put in the sun. So we can model this. Sometimes you can just play with the snap if you're doing something fast. So let's say stuff like this. I don't know if it's hard to you to see. Can increase the play with the texture perhaps. Can it if enable the what is it called, the transform gizmo, the coordinate systems between the word or the normal of the mesh. So now when we make a duplicate, it would be something like this. If it's on the word setting, when you duplicate it, it's just gonna rotate on the word, right? Which is something perhaps you want or you don't want. In this case, we don't want it. Let's say in this case now we want it back. Let's do this. So I don't know, just the ability to make stuff like this really fast. If I looked at the picture from a mood board like this, let's say, if I spend more time, I mean, you can easily make this building inside of Unreal Engine 5 now with the modeling tools. It might take more time than Blender or Max, but that's now because they are still work in progress tools. But this is also possible in Unreal Engine 5 if you spend more time on it as well, with the snapping tools, with it. It's amazing, right? So the ability of being, hey, I can make now this building perhaps. Hey, it's just a better texture than this, right? Let's say, with like these variations, and then you can draw some boxes around, and then another box, give it emissive material with the correct UV mapping, and now you have a building made inside Unreal Engine. Wow. Let's check the chat before we continue on these tools. I'm just discovering all these tools to all of you who are new here. Today we're just looking at what we have, what Unreal Engine 5 have to offer in terms of 3D modeling. It is good to see all of you guys. I see so many new faces here. Hello to everyone. I would like to know where you are many of you are from. So just type, hello, I'm from Brazil, Istanbul, I'm Habibi. Where you guys are from. It's like reverse modeling almost. I know, right? I have a bad laptop. Can I make Unity run with? I don't know, try Carlos. Or search on YouTube for a laptop with your laptop and see if it runs Unreal Engine or not. Armenia, welcome, Cappy. Friends here. Welcome, guys. Extend It's good to see you, man. Blender has been popping off lately, to be honest. It's a very nice software. I love it. It's just getting better. The new LTS version is really good. But the ability, I mean, my favorite thing, hey, if I have an idea, I want to make an Unreal Engine without going outside Unreal Engine. So now we also have the without even installing anything by default, we have like add quicksell content, right? So the fact that there's no less friction between tools and just working within one tool, one ecosystem. Epic is doing great job in this. This, like, they're making the dreams of many of us like, hey, I don't want to switch between tools true. And that's amazing. So now, yeah, I'm very happy about the modeling tools, and I just hope they improve to something like Blender. Imagine if you have that robust type of modeling tools, or 3ds Max. Actually, I would be happier because I'm used with it. Wow, we have people from all around the world. France, Nigeria, Armenia, Egypt, Habibi, Nepal, Italy. Where can we import Datasmith button in Unreal Engine 5? That's a good question, Jamin. I'm gonna show you in a second. I'm just reading if there is any more questions. Yeah, exactly. Even with bridge integration in the editor, the ability, like, hey, let's say you're someone who is completely new to Unreal Engine, right? And just the idea of, as someone said here earlier, hey, Unreal Engine, I'm scared of it because we have so many things. And imagine you need to install like other 5 tools with it. If you're someone actually who is completely new to 3D or world building in general, you have no idea what 3D is, and you don't want to know. Perhaps you are concept artist, or no, that's a bad example. I saw a case use scenario, someone who draws, what is it called? Comics inside Unreal Engine 4. So he creates the environments and all, and whatever, like the base of his comics inside Unreal Engine, and then he print these or something, then just draw on them and then make them comics, and they look amazing. So Unreal Engine and Epic, like, and Twinmotion is just bridging this gap, making it easier for and more accessible to everyone to be able to get into this and to make amazing stuff. Like, that's amazing. Welcome to the metaverse. Australia, California. It's good to see all of you guys. Welcome. So, Vilari, please show how to make control from the touch screen. Honestly, I don't know how to do that. I don't have a touch screen. I never touched one, except for my phone. So to enable Datasmith, you need to go to plugins, and let's enable Datasmith. Like this. You search for, in plugins, you search for Datasmith. There is the Datasmith Cinema 4D importer and CAD importer. So this is if you're working with Cinema 4D or AutoCAD applications. The FBX importer, if you want to export from Blender to, one of the ways you can actually import from Blender to Unreal with Datasmith is actually export from Blender as FBX, then import with the FBX importer and these guys. And what you need by default is the Datasmith importer here, just this guy. Enable it, restart your engine. I don't have it enabled now. Then you will find it here in the content. You will find it import content or something, Datasmith. Troy, boring. Then don't watch, buddy. No one is forcing you. I main 3ds Max personally, but I just last through. Why is Weibo? Weeaboo. I main 3ds Max personally, but just the last few weeks I've been using both 3ds Max and Blender combined because of some of the new Blender features, geometry nodes for example. Yes, they are very good. I'm doing the exactly as you actually. I mainly use 3ds Max and I'm learning Blender for the geometry nodes and some other stuff. So here we have path extrude. I don't know what the difference is exactly from Polyextrude. Cheers, Troy. How are you, Troy? Doing good today? Ah, that's interesting. Okay. Now this is a tool I did not use yet. That's amazing. So just draw any type of path. Then move your mouse left or right to determine the width of this path. Click, then move your mouse up or down to extrude. So that's kinda nice. I wonder if we can create open path like this. Right click, nothing happens. Middle click. If we click on the click on the point, the last point you created, and then you can make an open path like this. So that's also super nice. Mahmoud Al-Kutub. Hala Jasim. Hey Habibi. Cheers, Jamin. Wow, the fact that you can do that now in Unreal. I know, right? All of these I made them in Unreal now during the stream. Stay hydrated. Hell yeah. Can you do bubbles? I don't know yet. I think that's possible. I'm just going through these mesh one by one. So let's see now. We have the... I wish the naming is better. So path, revolve. Ah, like lathe in 3ds Max. So how does this work? So I'm gonna press escape. So by default, the poly extrude and the path extrude, we have the default grid like this. When we click on path revolve, it switches to front view like this. And now, that's amazing if it works though. Should we close it? Or how does it work? Ah, look at this. That's a rocket. Where did it go? Can you determine the poly count? Yes, you can do that. When you're making a mesh, you can determine how much subdivisions you have in it. For example, on any of these shapes here, if you click on subdivisions, height, width, and so on. So we have more subdivisions. And you can show the grid by going to materials somewhere to show the wireframe, but it's not here. Still weird tools. It's okay. For example, where is our revolve object? Ah, there we go. Does it need more to save? Because now they are disappearing. So, what else? Because now it's in red. If we switch back to the other mode, it's not gonna work. Ah! So that's what I'm talking about. Imagine doing the same for the box meshes or whatnot. And then we need to click here. Okay. So the max degree, how many subdivisions we have. That's super nice, guys. Flip mesh. We can flip mesh just by one click. If you wanna make a dome or something, that's cool. Reverse UVs. Reverse the direction of the revolve. We can set the number of steps. And mess with it. Along offset. Okay, cool. Now if we click accept, there we go. This is the mesh we made. It's not that bad. Let's do another one. That's also nice. You can determine the twist degree. Let's go. Revolo. I'm not gonna be able to pronounce this. Revolution. Is the path has curves and handles to control it? I don't know. That's a good question, Muhammad. I will check now. Let's hopefully imagine being able to do that. Hello, there is spline modeling FE for cars. I don't know yet. So we are here, and there are all these tools to explore during today's stream. So let's find out, guys. Wanna vote on yes or no? Amal Bubble, it's good to see you, buddy. How are you? So we can make our side mesh here. That's super nice. So let's say 90 only. So here we have snap toward grid when we draw. So let's accept this. I don't know what this is exactly. If there were ways to snap for 45 degrees, so now there are only ways to snap on the plane, X and Y only. I'm not complaining. I cancelled it. Let's do another one. Let's do something like this. Nice. So this is the mesh it created. And look at this. I don't think it's perfect. So let's take a look at it from the side. I can't move around it. Why? Okay. I can't move the viewport. Anyone had this before? Interesting. Can check the UVs, let's say. This is the unwrap, auto unwrap. Not bad at all. Collision. If only we had the other window where we can set different UVs. So we can have like here, I want windows, let's say, or something. That could have been very awesome. Yoret, hey, thank you. It's good to see you, man. Let's go, guys. So the path, we have the draw plane, origin, and the orientation. Enable snapping for the curve. We have a material, UV scale, and extra options for where to save. So what about this? Revolve mesh boundary loop into a new asset. I don't know what this is exactly. This mesh does not have any boundary loops to display, and revolve detects some faces. So do we have to select? Ah, okay. Are there ways to bring this good guy here easier? Okay, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm just wondering about these options here because now they are not activated. So do we have to create mesh first for them to be activated? Okay, so steps, we can set how many steps we like. This will offset the... That's very nice. So it's good to know that here they are not welding together. So there will be a seam here. Flip mesh. Okay. Draw plane, draw curve. Okay. So let's set this back to 0 and click accept. And here we have this now enabled. If we click on it, it transforms to wherever we like for it to transform. So let's bring it here. No. I don't know what this is exactly. Anyone knows, guys? Select open mesh like a plane. Where is it? Open mesh like plane. Let's check it in a moment. So, that this needs to be updated. I don't understand. Okay, what about duplicate? Duplicate selection to new static mesh. Pretty self-explanatory. This basically works on I don't know where, but let's try this again. I don't know what this is exactly. You need to check the documentation or something. But that's okay. So that's a duplicate here. It made a duplicate inside it. So many things to understand. So now we have the poly edit. Ogun Bio. Yahya, is there any furniture family with Unreal Engine 5 for interiors so we don't have to export from 3ds Max? If you're just getting started with Unreal Engine, there is the Learn tab. There is an Archfields interior you can download for free. Let me show you that. So if you open the Epic Games launcher, go to Learn. Here, Archfields interior. It has some nice furniture you can download for free. So and export it to your projects. So what options we have here? Did we miss anything? So actually, in the polygon type, there were freehand, circle, rectangle. Wow. Okay. I didn't expect this. So the freehand, just do whatever. Ziawa, hi boss. Hi to you too, buddy. How are you? You boss. So now we have a circle here. It's just a circle. Okay, good to know. So let's say you want to make a circle here. Then shift 1. Move it like this. You can do that. Shift 7 to switch back again. We have square. Square is square. By moving the mouse, I'm rotating the square or align it on the axis here. So let's make another square next to it. Oh, sorry. Nice. And look at the reflections and the lighting in real time. Lumen. Look at this. Hello from Istanbul, Muzaffar. Hello back to you too, buddy. How are you? Nasselson. E. So we have rectangle. We just discovered it as well. I love it. Rounded rectangle. Look at that. Is this what I... Ooh. Nice. I love this. This is my new favorite tool now. So cool, right? Hello from Poland. Hello from Brazil. Hey guys, where are you from? Nice. Hello back to all of you guys. People from around the world. I always love this. This community, man. Just look at this. Let's make another Polyextrude. Say, made a mistake, no problem. Shift 1, then just move it back. I have made so many actors just testing this. Let's delete some of them. So these are the actors I don't need. Right? Oh. I may need some of them, so let's check where. Ah. Look, I almost deleted these guys. So let's start with Extrude. One easy way to clean up your project is this. So I'm making basically what I did here, by the way. Just right click, visibility. Let me show you. Right click, visibility, show only selected. I have a shortcut for this, H, just to show this selected meshes, these selected meshes. To isolate, it's like work like isolate, and okay, don't need these, just press delete. It just makes it easier for me to work with Unreal Engine. Took me a few seconds. Arrow. Okay, that's enough. Let's play here. Alt 3 to switch to let from unlet. So these are the shortcuts here if you're new, or if you don't use shortcuts. Shortcuts are amazing. I love the default lighting in Lumen. I like how Lumen light our meshes. So nice. So Shift 7 to switch back. We have circle with an opening, just like a donut, but a circle. Now, if editing these, so I'm gonna deselect just to check. When we have nothing selected now, let's switch now to these guys. These guys will activate when we select any mesh that we created. So again, if you don't have the modeling tools inside Unreal Engine, you need to enable it as a plugin. So go to Edit, Plugin, and here search for Mesh. Search for Modeling Tools Editor Mode. Enable it, restart your engine, and you will have all of these. Once you play enough with the shapes and the create modes, let's switch now to Poly Model, Triangle Model, and whatnot. See what we have here. So now we have Poly Edit here. And the change... We have now the wireframe visible, so before it was not visible. We have poly deform. Unreal Engine is generating mesh distance field. I don't know what happened exactly. So let's start with poly edit then. Hello party people. Can't we snap objects to align with other mesh surface? It's possible, yes. During the shapes, it's not that advanced yet, but the snapping options right now we have in Unreal Engine 5 are so good. I like them. It makes like it will help me definitely be able to create stuff like this. Alright, so poly edit. We can select our polygons now, and we can move them. Wait. That is awesome. So now it's activated on this mesh. We cannot select anything else outside. We have like click anywhere to have marquee selection like this. So let's say, hey, perhaps you want to select these. That's nice. Obviously the UVs are stretching. Perhaps there is an option to preserve UVs. That would be nice as well. We will see. To exit this mode, remember just to click on the accept or cancel. So when we click cancel, we can select another mesh we made, and we can edit the polys here. Just like this. Amazing. So let's say, actually wait, let me select the, so this is where it gets fun. It's because I didn't click on edit. I'm like used to switch between shift 1 and shift 7. It did not save. So let's switch back to shift 1. Move this somewhere else. So I'm pressing shift and clicking on one of these guys here to move the camera with my mesh. And shift 7 again. Let's go to poly edit and do the changes with it. So we did this. I like this. So what is this handle here? It's doing nothing. What about this? Pressing shift, control. I don't know what this is. Oh. What happened? How did it work? Ah. Nice. It's like scale. It is scale. But it's kind of hard to control. I don't know. Ah. It does not control on the y-axis. It could do that here, perhaps. Yes. Oh. Nice. Obviously, you've seen this. You're just waiting, excited to click. So, yes, you can extrude now. Then let's make another extrude. Then just rotate this. Something like this. I forgot to click on accept. I wanted to apply white material on it to see what we did. Good job, boy. So extrude here. Let's just extrude. It will take a while to build the mesh distance field. If you don't want to get interrupted every time you make a mesh, then you need to disable Lumen during the 3D modeling process. It would just make it more intuitive. And in production, yes, if I'm working, I want to finish my work fast or create something really like a concept real fast, I would disable generate mesh distance fields because it gets annoying. Every time you make something, you get it. Once I finish the concept art or whatever, I would enable mesh distance field again. So this is all good and all. We can see them now one by one, but I'm wondering, let's say we want to fix the UVs here. So, could it, let's check. So in the edit mode, shift 7. Wow. It works everywhere, bruh. Oh my god. So that's where it went away. This object has a single polygon group. Use the polygroups or select tool to assign polygroups. So for now, I can't access this. There must be a way, or at least that's what it's saying. I don't know. So what do we do here? Can we extrude? What are we extruding? Oh, that's bad. Ctrl Z. Offset, inset, outset, delete, merge, cut faces, recalculate normals, flip. So these tools that they used to be inside the static mesh editor, like you remember in Unreal Engine 4 we have some UV tools and whatnot. When you click on the specific mesh, go here. We had another tab somewhere here, right? So this tab disappeared from here and I didn't find any way to open it. It seems that it's here now. All of these things, the UVs, some operations here, that's good to know, guys. So they're not here anymore. If you're looking for them within the static mesh editor, we used to have edit tools here. Nope, they are here now. Nice, good one, Epic. I love this change. I am welcome to this change. I welcome it. Locate, why not just model in Blender or Maya? I agree with you. I was talking about this. Even though like modeling in Blender and Maya or 3ds Max is 1 million times easier than it is now here. It's just painful. It's still improving. But the ability to be able to create block outs of your art within Unreal Engine directly, that is something so many people have been asking for. Like if we just have some basic modeling tools. And at some point, these are improving so much. I wish I won't leave Unreal Engine forever. If I want to do something in Max or Blender, in modeling, let's say, I hope these tools get to a level where they're good enough to be able not to leave Unreal Engine, to reduce the friction we spend between moving around programs. So this would just save you so much time, the better they get. I would imagine with these tools, there are projects that I can work with these tools directly without going to Blender and wasting time with Datasmith or exporting whatever, right? Even though it's super easy to still send projects. These are super nice, man. The ability to do this stuff directly in Unreal just opens. Sometimes you just want to explore concepts and to see the result immediately with whatever light scenario you have, or right? So that's why not Blender or Maya, because they can't do this. Hey, good morning to you too, Milky. Milky Studio, how are you, buddy? What about light maps with Lumen? Is it necessary yet? So all the dynamic we see now in the project, even with my bad frame rate, because look at how many lights we have on, is actually Lumen lighting. There is no baked lighting now, and all of this, guys, is Lumen in Unreal Engine 5 on my GTX 1080 Ti. So let's see, Ctrl+Shift+8 to show how many frames I have. So again, look at how many lights there is, and I'm getting 20 frames per second. Not bad. This scene, the one you saw in the cinematic, it took me about actually Dropbox is on, let me disable that as well. 2 hours to bake the light. The older scene, not that old. Last week I published a video on our channel, cinematic. So this one took me 2-3 hours to bake the light. Let's do this. Have you seen this one, guys? I'm gonna post a link for you in the chat, and let's get back to Unreal 5. So now all the lighting here is dynamic. There are no light maps at all is Lumen. Super nice, don't you agree? There are still some things I could improve on, and I think if I had better GPU, I would be fine. But for performance sake, if you still can't use Lumen in such projects yet, so you need to bake your lights. But again, the ability to do whatever I want with the lighting, with all these lights, I don't know how many lights we have. Let's see how many movable lights we have, guys. We have 54 lights. These are only these lights. There are actually more lights. There are like these lights. There are so many lights in the scene, guys. I'm getting this. I'm not even mad. The only main difference that kind of bothered me is the change in the color. So in the video, you can see it's much more orangey. But now, I don't know. Still, I changed the lighting now. So it has to do with the global illumination, the light mask global illumination. Or it could be, this is the orange color. So I think because in the earlier version in Unreal Engine 4, because of the light bounce, I was getting perhaps much saturated color. So here if we just change it. That's also amazing. The ability to change the color like this. I wonder if we get indirect lighting from these. Or not yet. There is some form of indirect lighting, no? So that's nice. I love Lumen, guys. Lumen is so good. Say you want to increase the lights here. In Unreal Engine 4, I used these lights as fake lights. I don't know if they're working now. They are on static now. So these are this is the emissive light. Okay? In Unreal Engine 4, this was not possible. Even with the calculated light, I need to set to this to very, very high number in the light map resolution. So I faked it with these 1, 2, 3, 6 lights really fast. These lights are not working now because they are set on static, so for them to work, we need to switch to movable. And in the fake version, you can, if you want to look really close, you can see like, yeah, there are some, it's not perfect. It just takes really too much time. So now, delete it. And I guess if we open our material instance, how these are just materials. Our material. So we have the emissive color. Let's just do something nice. Let's rename this parameter to intensity. Okay, save it. I had tried Nanite with 1 billion polygons of grass. It was insane. Wow. I need to try that as well. Nanite. But how did it look? Because Nanite does not look as good on vegetation meshes now. Did it look well? I would love to see it, so if you can join us on Discord and share it on the work in progress, then put Nanite test. So let's make a not a duplicate, sorry. Let's make a material instance of this. So right click, create material instance. And let's assign it here. That's a weird thumbnail. And let's increase the intensity here. So now it's 6. If you put it on 0. Let's also switch it here. So that's the beauty of Nanite. 0, 10. In real time. Goodbye light bake. It's still relevant, but once we have Lumen somehow for virtual reality, I don't want to bake my lights anymore, guys. I'm tired of optimizing meshes for the best light bakes and dividing walls and making. I don't know if I did it here. So yeah, I'm just tired of breaking down my projects for light bake. It just takes so much time, right? So look at this here. I had to do this to delete them from the backside and collapse the geometry, so it's also destructive in order to have the best light bake quality possible. Right? It's just so tiring. The same here. So here you can see I even deleted these faces here. I had to delete them. So I can have a nice light bake. And then wait 3 hours for the light bake. So now, Lumen, thank you. $50,000 shoes lighting. So I'm gonna read the chat now. I don't get why vegetation is not supported yet. Give it time. It would be eventually, hopefully. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm very glad that we got our hands on the early access Unreal Engine 5. CS name. I have a question. I wanted to try myself on Unreal Engine 5. I have Radeon RX 570 and wanted to know if I need a better graphics card for Unreal Engine 5. So if your computer supports Unreal Engine 4, it is going to support Unreal Engine 5. And the best way to figure out what if your GPU how good does look Unreal Engine like on large projects or something, just type then Unreal Engine, then the name of your graphics card, and you may see some results that would help you. Actually, this is a tip I got from the chat, so just YouTube Unreal Engine and your graphics card, then perhaps you can find some results. Or try it and let us know, and you make the video. The balls are of Adidas, but what balls? Ah, yeah. Don't pay attention to any details. It's just like getting stuff from the marketplace and place them around. But good observation, Amal. I like your eye for detail. So let's go back to outside. Let me see if there's anything for the chat. How the lighting interior scene without any window, only interior light, no use of outside light. I'm getting black patches problem at ceiling and wall. Jayman, if you can share the type of problems you're having in Unreal Engine on our Discord community, I can help you better, because now honestly I don't know what your scene looks like, what are you doing. So go to Discord in the Unreal Engine channel, type about your problem and the lighting sections if it's about lighting, and I'll be more than happy to help. Marwan, marhaba. It's nice to see a company deliver on its tech, just like Epic. Yes, I agree. I'm very happy they are delivering what they promised us last year. Marwan Kahem, how will? Yeah, I will. I don't want to turn anything to nanite yet. I'm still learning about it. For now, today we're exploring the modeling tools in Unreal Engine 5 and the lighting in general. So let's focus for 10 minutes, guys. I will read the messages later so we can keep the stream going. So when we click now on any static mesh we created with these tools in the edit, in this mode, modeling, we have access to the topology. Can move it, can rotate it, twist it, do whatever we like. We can also scale it up. Can we scale it? Yeah, we can on these axes. Just remember it. So let's say scale it like this. Still need to click on accept. Still kind of hard. Actually not. You just need to learn the axes. So the best way to learn this is to actually try. So now if I move, how? So you need to move your mouse on the same axis. So if you're working with the Z axis here, but you move your mouse in weird ways, it won't work. But if you move it up and down, you can scale easily. And the same for X axis. So if I move my mouse up and down, nothing happens. But if I move left and right, it would actually scale on the X axis. And for Y, I need to move it in a weird direction, but imagine this axis. So you need to move it on these axes here in order for these tools to work. They were weird at the beginning, but now I get it. Super nice. So I don't know about this corner here. What is this? This is another scale, but in two ways, I guess. Nice. So I don't know why where are the other points here? Why we cannot select them? The edges, I mean. So let's select another mesh perhaps. Let's make a duplicate of this box. And let's select the poly edit again. So we discussed that we can do cool stuff like this. Let's select this. Go on the X. Just do this. Next, so we have show wireframe. Let's keep it for now. The gizmo from the geometry or the object. I don't know what exactly this is for now. We can lock rotation. We need to try it. I don't know what is this doing. Lock rotation. Snap toward grid, just like always. Snap toward grid when we move the mesh. So if you want to make it on one, you can make it on one. You can see how it's snapping now on one unit, and you can make it on 5 meters. Let's say 500 here, 500 units, and now the mesh is only moving by 500 units, or whatever you select here. So let's say this the ceiling. To make it 15 meters higher, we can make the snapping here or 5 meters, and then go 1, 2, and then another one up 3. So that's 50 meters higher. I wish there is a way to know like more with more numbers, just like Blender and Max and these guys, but again, use what you get. The old question we wanted to do is UVs. What can we do with this? So we have auto UV, we have project. Project is what we want. So let's say I want to project the UV scale of this. Nice. So the primitive, it says here it's a cube, but it is not a cube. It took the height of this. And these are like ratio, so if you put it 5.5, 0.5, 0.5, it will make it half the size. However, this is not a cube. We have a cylinder, we have a plane. I mean, it would be nice if I could tile this texture perfectly in X and Y. But now we have this option, UV scale relative to world space. Oh shit. Let's see if we just there we go. So this is world space. I think it's 1 by 1 meters or something. So let's do this option. Actually, before we do that, let's cancel this, make a duplicate, and remove the mapping. Then go back to UVs, project, and make it this. Still annoying here. Let's make it 1 to 1 to 1. It's because we scaled it up, so we somehow need to enable these. Let's not forget about the scale is not 100% correct. So if the scale then was 100% correct, Nope. I want to fix this. So let's go back to project. Projecting again did nothing, so we need to play with the scale on the z-axis. So it's gonna be always kind of weird to have like the good box mapping if they fix the cube. So I think this is just a bug. It will be fixed at some point. And it does that to the other meshes because these guys are instanced meshes. Hello again, Nandan. Maybe off topic, I'm working on a huge shopping mall project. Any tips on instancing hundreds of shops objects on large spaces? Thanks. I mean, when you are making your mesh, your project inside 3ds Max or whatever software you're using, just make sure you instance everything. There are tools like to replace your current objects with instanced objects. You can search for these types of scripts online. I hope this helps, buddy, and good luck with your project. Miki Studio, then you can send me direct DM me on Discord and take a look at it. No worries. Do you think there will ever be UE6? That's a good question. I don't know. It could be similar to how Windows 10 is the last Windows. There will never be Windows 11. But for Unreal Engine 6, in 10 years, could be, I don't know. Or it will just be Unreal Engine, just like Battlefield now. It's just not Battlefield 6, Battlefield. Whoa, look at that. The modeling tools are crazy in Unreal Engine, I know, right? Khadija, weno Harun? Harun is sleeping. Yes, he's sleeping. What is the minimum graphic card requirements to run Unreal Engine 5? Honestly, I don't know. If you can Google it, Google would give you better answer. But my graphics card is 1080 Ti. It's my pleasure, man. What software do you use, Nandan, to create your 3D projects? If it's 3ds Max, I will try to remember the name of the tools. What was? Sinai. So these tools. Sinai software. Sinai software. If you use 3ds Max, these are a must. They are very good for Archfields projects. They have so many tools that like just make your workflow faster and better. So poly model. Let's select this mesh. So we have the poly edit. Even though these two guys are instances, how? When I do change here, it's gonna happen on all the other instances. So keep that in mind. So actually that's why, okay, but you can always make an object unique. Alright, so select faces, we can disable this, so we can just only select edges. We can only select vertices, so okay, that's good. We have the option to select only vertices, faces or edges. That's very good. And if you hold Ctrl, I guess, you can select, no, you hold Shift to select multiple vertices. And let's cancel snap toward grid, so we can have more control. Let's see, is the UVs going to fix this? It did. Good job. So let's go back to poly edit. We have select edge loops. Oh, so when we select edges, but we need edge loops. So let's make this box with 10 by 10 by 10. Complete. Let's make this small. this, slightly like this. Okay, so Polyextrude, sorry, Polyedit, select edge loops. How can we do that? Could it be we need to extrude first? So let's select faces. Extrude. Extrude. And nice. I wish we had a way to select these edge loops, the ones we make. But this is nice. So let's say you want to move this edge loop here or here. You can do that. Is baking required in Unreal Engine 5? You can do baking if you want to bake the lights, but this scene is fully dynamic with Lumen, so nothing is baked right now. Can these values be changed during runtime? That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think they can change in runtime. But there are ways to create animations because these are dependent on the engine, and I don't think you can export these to a game. Imagine. There are ways. Actually, take my answer as a I don't know. But I don't think they are in the runtime. So we have select edge rings as well. It's kinda tough, but that's a ring, guys. Nice. Control Z to undo. Except, again, you can see here I messed up the UVs. We can just simply go back, go below to project, and can change these values to whatever we like. So this. Not bad. Look at the diffuse into reflection, I guess, or is it the reflection? On this area. Is Unreal support like 3ds Max for big scenes? You can do Xref or V-Ray proxy. Yes, there you can. It's instanced meshes. So the answer to that, yes. Hello Marios. Hi, did they do anything with the snap objects in Unreal Engine 5? Is it the same? It's 10 times better. The new snapping tools modes in Unreal Engine, we have all these new options, and they are really good. One of the examples, if I want to snap to make a new object that's, let's say, 500 meters away from this, you can click on the hit scene objects, 500 units. Just sometimes, there we go. And now if I make anything, what is this? Let's create a go to freehand. Okay, it's acting funny. And you can see here there's also the word snapping. So you can have like parallel lines, and you can see one of the snapping ways is create same height, same length lines. There we go. And then when you close the shape, if I can close it, it's not closing. That's weird. you can snap the height to the same height as well. So we were taking a look. Let's do. Oh, okay. There we go. Easy peasy. Look at this X marker. This is how you snap to surfaces. So on the surface, higher surface. So you want this box to be the same height as this mesh here. You can just do this. Or let's say this tower. Super awesome, right? Then click complete. And there we go. Same height. مروان هاي الخطوط بتصير no, this cannot replace AutoCAD, not yet. I mean, if you want to design a simple interior, you can definitely, there is no need to leave Unreal Engine. Actually, that's a nice idea for a small challenge. You can, let's say, quickly just get go to Pinterest. So you can do like start doing stuff like this if you spend some more time on it, but you can do that. And let's say for a room like this, other than the furniture, let's say architectural wise, I can create all of this again in Unreal Engine, and you can too, because it's just a bunch of boxes, walls, openings, super easy stuff. So that's very nice. Very nice. So we have this mesh here. If we click on it, we have the poly model mode. We're still discovering these. So here the selection filter, orthographic viewport behavior. So if you go to the top or left or right, so we have a behavior we can change from here. Okay. I'm barely scratching the surface. I'm not gonna through all these settings, but now let's go back here. So we have extrude, super nice. We have offset. So the mouse is controlling how you offset and all. So that's offset. Wow, amazing. So that's offset, and there should be inset, right? And then this inset we can extrude to the tab. Can do that stuff in Unreal Engine directly? Hell yeah. We have outset, which is the opposite of offset. So let's say we can still, you need to get used to the mouse, but let's say you did. It's good. So now let's move this to the tab. No, don't press escape. I cancelled everything by pressing escape. So I wish if whatever we do, it just gets saved automatically without clicking on accept. Because I ruined my progress multiple times by switching to shift 1 or pressing escape. So that's like quality of life improvement I would love to have. So I don't redo my stuff. It's kind of annoying, right? So I need to extrude again, inset, extrude again, then click apply. Oh, I did something to the extrude. I don't know what I did exactly here, but let's Ctrl Z. Ah, it depends on then how you move your mouse. You may flip the faces. See? Here I flip the faces by mistake, and then I have like this weird stuff. So be careful with how you move your mouse. So if we inset again, but we move our mouse in the other direction like this, so we don't see this stuff anymore. And now if we extrude, we don't see that grid anymore. Now we should be good. So let's extrude again, and then let's, sorry, not inset. let's say you made a mistake. If we Control Z, it can undo that mistake. That was kind of hard in Unreal Engine 4. And now let's do an outset. Just be careful with the mouse movement. It's kind of clunky. I don't know. Let's click here and then let's move it like this. And let's click accept. That's nice, guys. Being able to work like this in Unreal if you're making something really fast. What happened to the computer though? I don't know. Huh. Okay. So let's see what else we have. I'm gonna read the chat in a moment, guys. Let's see, keep continuing, so we keep the stream going. I'm just checking. If you have any questions, actually just like do question and then write your question, and I will do my best to answer the questions during the stream. I got Blender to SketchUp vibes in this update. Yeah, I know, right? It's a good one. Go cool, hello buddy. It's good to see you. Welcome to everyone, guys. Better what to do modeling in 3ds Max or Unreal? I mean, I wish I can say Unreal, but Max is just so much easier. However, Unreal tools are improving, and working in Unreal is so much joy. So Unreal. It depends on what you're trying to achieve, Hardy. So if you're working in concept art or making quick scenes for cinematic views or block outs, Unreal Engine. If you want to make detailed interior, 3ds Max. Maris, the new tools don't look bad. We'll need to check them out. Actually, yes, please do that. You will love them. They're so nice. So much improvement from Unreal Engine 4. Muhammad, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the support, buddy. So delete, we can delete faces. That's nice to hear. You can see the insets. So if you want to optimize your mesh, you can select this, for example, because we don't see it, and then you can delete it. Goodbye. Let's say you're also baking your mesh and you wanna like work in the UV mapping. Sorry, the light map UVs. But again, all of this is dynamic Lumen. But the stuff I used to do back in 3ds Max back and forth, now I can do now immediately in Unreal Engine. So that's super nice. Before the modeling tools, if I wanted to delete this face, I would go back to Max, delete it, then export again, replace the geometry, and now there we go. So I wish any detach, delete, merge. We don't have detach, do we? Detach would be nice. Like separate this completely from this mesh. That would be a very nice thing to have. We have decompose. Call an event on select, split each other. It's like, okay. I think I understand something. Let's shift 7. So if we click here, decompose, it's going to give me the ability to select these faces. So let's say you want to select this face, but I wish without the triangles though. Can select these guys, then just simply extrude in or out. Accept. So that's nice. Instead of detach, it's disconnect. Let me take a look now. Thank you, Marwan. Thank you, and it's good to have you today with us. Is V-Ray also as good to use with Unreal? We don't use V-Ray anymore. There is no need to render. It's all dynamic lighting with Lumen. So that's the beauty of moving to Unreal Engine. Yasin 3S 3DZ question: thank you for doing these tutorials. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're here. Are there any changes in the light baking in the performance? In Unreal Engine 5 now, there is still option to bake the light, but I didn't bake the lights at all yet because I'm using Lumen. That's the new global illumination system in Unreal Engine 5 for so we don't use light mass anymore, and Lumen is for the global illumination and the reflections system. So look at this, these reflections here. With the screen space reflections, these were not possible. Now with Lumen, it is possible. And before we needed like ray tracing or something to be able to get these reflections. And ray tracing is not accessible to everyone. You know what I mean? So Lumen for the win. Goodbye light bake, hopefully in the future soon. And ray tracing. But welcome Lumen. When are you going to design an interior scene in Unreal Engine 5? Looking forward to that. Thank you. There is one coming already. It will be available for free on Skillshare. The link is in the description. We remade the complete interior in Unreal Engine 5 with updated information and whatnot. So hopefully soon, in 2 weeks maximum, there should be a new Unreal Engine course on interior design in Unreal Engine 5. And I'm using Max, but I'm considering now with these new modeling tools to do an interior 100% inside Unreal Engine. That would be a nice challenge. Easy one, to be honest, after seeing all of these. So here I messed up some meshes. We were talking here. Poly edit. So we have merge. I don't know what this is exactly. Let's select two. Ah, okay. That's interesting. So now when we decompose these two faces, if you don't want them to be two faces, click on merge. Merge again, and it's one face again. I like this. See, the modeling tools here keep impressing me. So let's imagine this then. It's gonna be tough to select these. It is. So let's say these two faces, merge, they're just one face, click extrude, easy peasy. These, we don't need to merge. Can have a different shape. Click accept. There is no control. Ah, I'm glad there is Control Z after we click accept. That's good. So if you look back again, we have merge, we have cut faces. I think this is like a knife. How does this work? I don't know. So again, edit model. Cut face. Cannot cut current selection. Let's select two faces then. Ah, I like this, nice. So we can select now this shape and extrude it, or just do whatever. Or inset. Inset is acting funny. We had an option to set like a value we want instead of moving the mouse. I think that could have been nice, because every time the mouse moves, I don't know from where exactly. So let's see this. Let's try one more time. So it's moving Kinda weird. That's perhaps this part. There's no point. I wanted to do an inset here. Nah, it's not gonna work. And then like extrude it inside, so that would be nice detail to add. Recalculate normals. I don't think it has to do anything. Ah, look at this black thingy. What is this? Think something messed up the mesh, so now I'm pressing Ctrl Z. Press space again, everything would go back to normal. Let me check for the chat if there's any questions, my guys. Did I close the chat? No, there we go. When are you going to do? My pleasure, buddy. I am using 1080 Ti, Muhammad. GTX 1080 Ti. I have 1030 at GPU. I couldn't use Lumen, unfortunately, but I will update my system soon. Interesting. Alright. X4 Loop Game Studio, hello. How are you, buddy? I hope you can be able to update your system soon, Yasin. Get 3090, buddy. If you will continue, you will be great Utopian building. Let's hope we can make one. I'm still learning these tools, so let's see what else we have. But yes, the project here, guys, I'm going to do my best just to keep everything inside Unreal Engine and see if we can create stuff inspired from these images. Not in today's stream, getting tired, but I'm gonna do some R&D, do stuff like this in Unreal Engine and record the whole process. This is still ongoing process. Project here, I love it. I'm glad with Unreal Engine 5, so let's keep it going. Alright, cut faces, recalculate normals, flip, retriangulate, retriangulate. Good, decompose. Ah, and disconnect. So here's disconnect. Nice, thank you, everyone. But the disconnect, even if we do it, it is still part of the mesh. So if it makes, imagine Unreal making a complete new mesh from this. So we have two boxes, let's say. So right now it's still one part. But it's good to know that we have something called disconnect here. So edge edits, we have here delete, right? So if we delete this face here, we have fill hole. I don't know what this does exactly. But let's select these edges. It's like cap. That's nice as well. We have straighten. By the way, it's selecting the ring because I have in the selection filter select edge rings. So disable this and now we can select only one edge. So let's do straighten. What does it do? Nothing. What about this? Straighten on what exactly? And then there's wield. We have Uvs Planar Projection. So we have UVs from here directly? Ah, look at that. Nice. Click accept. But still very large UVs here though. What do we have here? Also kinda interesting. Ah, okay. I pressed Ctrl Z once. These tools are still interesting. So we have here Deform Mesh via Polygroups. What is this exactly? Ah, I'm clicking on and dragging on the surface. So it is not the same here. Ah, no, it's not. So this the main first behavior between these two tools, poly edit and poly deform. Poly edit you need to select first, then move. But the poly deform you can select and move immediately depending on what polygon you're using. That's nice. Okay, this is very nice. So we have selection filter as well, the deformation type. So we have translate and rotate. Now let's select rotate. It's kind of weird controlling them. Okay, we need to hover the mouse on that axis. Ha! Look at this. It does not go more than 180. So I'm just moving my mouse around this area, and these axes are showing by default. Okay, Ctrl Z. What about insert polygroup edge? I don't know what it is yet. It's like cut. This is like knife. I selected another mesh by mistake. Okay. So it cannot be taken from this. It must be from red to red in order for it to work. And it's only 2 points. So let's say we wanna do plane cut, and we have rectangulate. I don't know what is the difference. This, I think, depending on the geometry, if you hover the mouse. Here it seems it's deforming the UVs, so the plane cut, but this one is keeping the UVs. Insert edge loop. What about this number here? Oh, Ctrl Z sometimes can break stuff. So I'm gonna click accept. You see here? So they're not perfect yet, but that's completely fine. Work in progress. Still in beta, actually. Stay hydrated, good one. Dark Barbarian. Sup, buddy? How are you? Wizfun, I subscribe. Thank you. Much appreciated. Hello to everyone, my guys. Ivan. Hey, Ivan! I sent you a video of my game. Have you seen it? Not yet. I'm gonna check it after the stream. On Instagram or Discord, Ivan? Alright. What else we have in these tools here? We discussed these. We discussed these. Edge. I didn't know what this exactly. Gonna try it later. Loop insert. Yeah! This is the shit. So we can insert loop here, here, here. Okay, that's it, guys. We found it. Insert polygroup edge loop. Epic, please find shorter names. Shorter. One word maximum. So we have even. Imagine like Blender when you hold scroll and it. There we go. Number of loops. Boy. That's nice. Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna open Facebook. I rarely open Facebook messages, to be honest, so the best place to reach your boy is on Discord. If that's okay for you, brother. So let's try, can we insert these without any problems? No? Okay, let's just... How about extrude without any problems? That's nice, guys. What else do we have? So we can set even proportion offset. We can offset the way we like, and we can distance offset. I don't know what is this exactly. So edge loops will fall constant distance away from the start of each as they intersect. I still didn't honestly understand this. That's okay. So let's go back to... We have some tolerance, settings, interactive. So that's not interactive, and this is, sorry, the opposite. So from here we have more settings, less settings or something. So point 1 is up to here, point 1. Depending on what edge we use, we select. And point 9 is the opposite. However, it's not gonna work, does it? You know what I mean here? This area? That's nice. What else we have? Let's keep it interactive. Okay. We have subdivisions. Ooh. Okay, it took me a second to understand. Let's click accept. Wow. Subdivision modeling in Unreal Engine? Bruh. What is this, the future? Nice. Ah, Control Z. That's nice. You can send me on Instagram or Discord. It's much better, Ivan, my man. Tottenham, welcome, buddy. This M-Design, this is starting to look like Z-Modeler tool in ZBrush. I wish I know how to use ZBrush. I know ZModeler, but by looking at some videos I could agree. Yes, this is so dope, right? Better to start learning Blender for modeling, sculpting and stuff. I agree, but it's also a nice idea to explore the new tools we have in Unreal Engine 5 because they want our feedback. They want us to try these and tell how we can improve these. Because I would rather to stay inside Unreal Engine all the time. As much as I can, more time I can spend here, the happier I am. Is it Turbo Smooth? Yes, that's similar to Turbo Smooth actually, the subdivision here. So we can subdivision, select the level. Just don't go crazy, not to crash the engine. Let's see. No, not 21, bro. So this is one subdivision, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So let's say 3. And you can use the subdivision scheme. So Catmull Clark, this is for Blender, guys. I think you know it, seen it a lot. Be linear or loop. I don't know what loop is. Ah, okay. Should stay on 1. The normal computation, generated or interpolated. So that's nice. And the UV computation, none, and interpolated. Render groups, render cage. If you don't want to see, or you want to see clearer what's going on. So groups alone is better. So let's say we want bilinear, and let's any cage here. So how is this subdividing exactly? Is it subdividing these here? I don't understand what is bilinear exactly if we increase the subdivision level. I think so. There's something wrong here. What was loop again? Ah, there we go, yeah. So, bilinear then, sorry, Catmull Clark. The best way to discover is select bilinear, then click accept. And let's switch back to poly edit. Ah, okay. Nice. So let's say this. Can select what? Decompose. It's kind of painful now to make these like merge 1, then merge 2. So these are the things that I wish to see improved. Because let's say, hey, I just wanna select these faces, this one, and this one, and just, if it's possible, to extrude, but not like crazy. So I think this also has to do with the snapping, but that's nice, even though like it's kind of very hard to control. Just knowing that we can do this stuff, all what we need is just better user interface with the ability to input numbers. That would make massive improvement actually if we can just input numbers. Hey, I want to extrude exactly 5 units. 5, enter. That's amazing if we can have that. So because now it's only mouse driven, and I don't think implementing something like this is hard, like having hey, extrude only 5 units. So I think this should come soon. So I can see we have these options and here and whatnot, but guys, I need you to give me 2 minutes. I need to do some Call of Duty and I'll be back. So let me just, yeah, see you guys just in 2 minutes. I'll make some coffee. Hey everyone, should close soon, so I'm gonna make this a time for Q&A if you have any questions. Let's see if we have anything here. I'm going to make a video about this, just going through all of these and experimenting more with the stuff. There is so much to see, guys. I love the new modeling tools. The short answer, I think there had almost nothing like what we had in Unreal Engine 4. So if you never took a look at the modeling tools in Unreal Engine because you tried them in Unreal Engine before and you saw them like meh, now is the time. They're not perfect, they're still far from like being perfect, but that's the whole point. They're improving so much. The improvement here is like at least 50 times better than what we had in Unreal Engine 4. I love it. Guys, hey, it's telling me you have some path topology? Something? Yeah, could be. Nice. Just let me fix the mic so I don't touch it. We have this, actually, one of my favorite things, the planar cut. So here we will have a plane, and you can trim meshes. This is super cool. We have mirror, we have polycut, we have deform, voxel stuff. What is this? So let's see what this is we because we also have sculpting tools. You can sculpt inside Unreal Engine. Do you know that? So here deform, v-sculpt. Let's click. Look at this, guys. Did you know that, by the way? Last time I tried the sculpting tools, it was Unreal Engine 4. So I think we also hopefully have massive improvements on the sculpting tools inside Unreal Engine 5. Gonna definitely take a look at this as well. So now is the time, my guys. Alright, let's read the chat to finalize today's stream. Thank you so much for showing up. Feel kinda tired. It's food time. Time goes so fast. It's 5 PM already. The Nerd Chirba, thank you for showing up today. I'm glad you like the new modeling tools. They're so good, right? Zamora Ivan, I got it, buddy. I'm gonna check it out after the stream as well. So Unreal has an export to import from Blender plugins, so the workflow would be rough in the model Unreal to Unreal, send it to Blender for sculpt. Oh, nice, yeah, that's actually good. I mean, I imagine using the modeling tools inside Unreal Engine like the following. I would set up my camera shots. So I was actually working on my mood board today. I was searching for what buildings I can have, like just what massive interiors from distance I can have, and the landscape, how it could look. And after what, I've been using these modeling tools for 7 hours, and like I just streamed the last 2-3 hours. I think all of this can be done directly inside Unreal Engine if you're willing to spend the time on it. Why would we do that? Because it's just fun. Because hey, can I do this, all of this inside Unreal Engine? At least the landscape? Yes. And that's nice, guys. That's something we never had before. So the more options we have, I think, is just the better, right? So usually my process is the following. So now I took some screenshots only and later I'm going to draw buildings on Photoshop and like start finding my how I'm going to arrange the city, right? And once I do that in Photoshop, I used to go to Max or Blender, then put these boxes around, just boxes, you know, and then just do very simple modifications on them and like see how the stuff looks. But that I was still a good idea, get a great idea about what I'm doing. However, the option that we can have all of that here in real time as well, it's just saving me so many imports and exports. That's the minimum thing between 3ds Max and Unreal Engine, number one. And the second thing, I can see directly affect the lighting in my project, or the direction of the sun, or put some emissive objects, or just do crazy stuff within Unreal Engine without the need to leave Unreal Engine. So that's amazing. That was not possible in Unreal Engine 4. It's becoming possible now with Unreal Engine 5. I love it. I love the new modeling tools. Absolutely great. These are one of the stuff they added but no one talked about. I think this is underappreciated, these tools. So let's open the chat. Any questions, my guys? Gonna close the stream soon. Daniel. Oh, so many shots. Let's make it fast. Okay. What is this? These are the new modeling tools in Unreal Engine. So if you go to plugins, to enable these, go to edit, plugins, and here in the plugins just search for mesh or something, and it is modeling tools editor mode. So actually search for modeling tools editor mode, enable this, restart your engine, press shift 7 or click here. You will find this new button and you will have all of these stuff in Unreal Engine 5. I think Unreal Engine 5 is more beginner friendly. Yes, the UI is much more friendlier, better. I mean in terms of how you look at it. So as a beginner, you can spend more time with it. without looking. the It's nice. It is beginner friendly. And just so you know, guys, Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5, there is, in terms of like the blueprints, the materials, the fundamentals, they're the exact same, both of them. In Unreal Engine 5, as William Fauché puts it, it's Unreal Engine 4 27, 26, but on steroids, right? So that's one of the best ways to describe how Unreal Engine 5 is. So I would learn both, because both are, if you go here to window, load layout, you can load Unreal Engine classic layout here. Hey, look at this after we do the nice. Hey, it's just different layout. Unreal Engine 4 on steroids. The reason I'd recommend learning Unreal Engine 4, because if you're using Unreal Engine now, let's say within this year for production projects, Unreal Engine 4 is still more stable. But the good thing, guys, hey, we've been using what for 2 hours now? What? Anyway, not a single crash. With the modeling, we're like doing modeling, and like not Unreal Engine 4 used to crash on me a lot during modeling, actually. So there are so many also performance under the hood improvements that we just don't see but experience. So that's good. No, bro, it will take long for modeling tools to catch up. What? Let's give it a year, 2 years, 3 years. All of us, I think, for how long are we going on planning using Unreal? I see myself at least using Unreal Engine for the next 7-8 years. So it will take it time, but Unreal Engine, I don't know, they're like super good on this. They're changing the landscape of the industry year after year. It's transforming it, right? Starting with how when they made it for free 6 years ago. Step by step, give the modeling tools some time. Trust me, if they keep improving on this rate, they're gonna be amazing. Is it possible to snap objects to each other rather than the grid? It's kinda possible, so you can select vertices, edges, so they are still not perfect. So let me close this and let me click here. So you see I loaded the legacy layout. Let me close this as well. You can now click and drag the tab and snap it on here on the left. Yeah, left, and then there we go. So when you go to select first a mesh, so let's say this mesh, you can go to Polyextrude, let's say, and let's disable the hit screen. So hit screen objects, hit scene objects, it tells, hey, create this mesh away from this mesh in 5 meters. Still not perfect sometimes because of the normal direction, I guess. Anyway, so here we have snap to vertex, but we may need better. So here we snap to vertex, right? And it snap to this vertex, and we can create from that vertex. Not on the location of the vertex, because the creation now of the mesh, by the way. Can I get... what happened? Let's create a new face, sorry. And we may need a better way to snap, better object. So let's say this object perhaps. And let's enable snap to edges and to vertex. It's kinda hard to choose after we made some changes perhaps. Depending on what kind of grid we're using. So I think it worked. I don't know how exactly to, by the way, but here, like this is the snap on the edge or the vertex, but also the creation of this new mesh is on a different grid, so we need to, regarding this, we need to select the grid, the word grid, So there is a grid, I don't know where is it exactly. Somewhere that we can click and drag and place it wherever we like to be able to create our surfaces in all directions. But for snapping, generally when you're making any new meshes, check here the positioning and create the snapping options. These didn't exist in Unreal Engine 4, I believe. Nanite, thank you Marwan. Nanite, that sculpt, yeah, I think we can turn the sculpted mesh into Nanite at some point. I think it's possible, yeah? I didn't try Nanite as much yet, but I saw like on import switch or make this Nanite. Better than Cypherpunk. Hey, did we reach 11,000? No way, buddy. Get out of here. Hey, we did it, guys. 11,000. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. Love you, Habibis. Thank you for this, Chris. Okay, guys. Greetings from 2077. Hell yeah. I love Cypherpunk, the world building in that game, the environment. I'm working with Corona and I'd like to start transitioning to Unreal Engine soon. Do you think the integration between 3ds Max and Unreal Engine is good for now? Are Corona materials able to translate easily? I've been using Unreal Engine for the past 6 years, and at the very beginning exporting from projects from Max to Unreal, it was super hard because we didn't have something called Datasmith. We got Datasmith, exporting projects from Max. So all of this project here, by the way, and the buildings and all, are exported from 3ds Max to Unreal. However, I exported my stuff without the materials. So before Unreal Engine 5, the transitioning of the materials, it would work good enough. Like 70% good, 80% good. But it would make so many master materials and so many unnecessary stuff. With Unreal Engine 5 now, we have improved Datasmith imported with new master materials. So it's definitely getting better. And I would exporting from so I wish I had that project here. I would say this is a great time to learn Unreal Engine if you are using 3ds Max for V-Ray or corner renders for architectural visualizations. Especially now with Lumen, where we don't have the need to bake the lights and it's just improving from here. So this is a great time for this. Do it, man. The transition, it's still not one-click solution. There are still things you need to do and like things you need to learn, but it is just getting easier and easier. I hope this answers your question, Madu. Will you be making video on Rhino to Unreal Engine? Actually, so here's before we close the stream. What I am are tattoo signs of drug abuse. No. Guys, to support the stream, I'm making videos on everything from Datasmith, SketchUp, Rhino, Revit and all. There is also, you can get it this to support us in doing all of these. You can check out our Unreal Engine Masterclass. I made an update here, so I added new applications to the tools. So SketchUp full masterclass, Revit full masterclass, Blender as well, it's in progress now. We finished recording so many new videos and we're uploading the blueprint videos this week. So if you want to support, if you like the channel, if you like all of this and you want to support your boy making more videos, more tutorials, check out our Unreal Engine class. And that's it. That's the advertisement here. Okay, boys, girls, thank you so much for showing up today. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for the 11K. Love you, Habibis. Much appreciated, really. Try the modeling tools after the stream, see what you can do, and just have fun. It's good stuff. Any final questions, my guys? Is it possible to transfer from Twinmotion to Unreal Engine 5? Not yet. Twinmotion to Unreal Engine 4, the plugin is working well, good. I tried it just a few days ago, making tutorials on that. But to Unreal Engine 5, the only way to do it, it's like this. Twinmotion, Unreal Engine 4, then to Unreal Engine 5. But some point in the future, of course, we will be able to do that. Adrian, when you would create modular Archfields assets with this, like windows, doors, walls, etc., would be the UVs and light maps be good enough out of the box? Great stream. Hopefully, yes. We strive for quality. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the stream. Much appreciated. Adrian, Chris, everyone, Lex, thank you guys. I will see you again soon. So take good care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and cheers.